What is Hilda gonna get up to next? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Season 2, Episode 11, I believe. Should probably make sure, yeah, 11, of Hilda. And I don't have much to say in these pre-thoughts today. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what Hilda's going to get into, what's going to happen, what kind of, creature we're going to see, or trouble with, the guards or whatever. I can't think of what their actual title was. You know who I'm talking about. The safety patrol. I think that was it. Something like that. Um, there's just a lot of interesting possibilities with a show like this, and I'm just not sure what they're going to do, how they're going to handle this, or where they're going to go next. So, it. I talked about this before. I think maybe in the last reaction for this, but Hilda's kind of like a very casual, slow show for me in terms of reactions. Like, you have all of these shows that are very high energy or are very action packed and much more like intense. And even when Hilda gets surprisingly more intense, it's still nothing compared to those. It just doesn't have the same vibes. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Hilda is a very casual, comforting show, and that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be more like that. So it makes sense that even at its most intense, it's not going to be super crazy like a lot of these other shows would be. Like, just going off of, our Tuesday reactions, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is much more intense and much more like pulse pounding and crazy in terms of what's happening. Like, Hilda could never reach that level. And again, I don't mean that as an insult. It's just a statement recognizing how they're different types of shows. But because of that, it's like, I feel like Hilda doesn't leave me a lot to say. Like, I had a bit to talk about with, Grilla, but that was only because of, the connection with the Legends of Evantris D&D group online and all. Like, that, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't really have had as much to say about that either. It's it's just one of those shows, and I enjoy that part of it. But there is a side of me that has kind of questioned whether Hilda would be better just to watch on my own time. Because, there's just that aspect of it that doesn't make it too exciting to watch. And if I'm not saying a lot, if I'm not adding too much input, I feel like I'm doing a little bit of a disservice to you guys, to the viewers. It's just, I worry sometimes that I'm not adding much of anything to the discourse for this show. But I do enjoy it. And so I'm kind of in that conflicted zone here. And don't worry, obviously I'm finishing out season 2 no matter what. But I might take a little bit more of a break in between because of that. And I mean, there's a movie to get to before we even get to season 3 anyway, but still. Um, I just feel like there's a lot of opportunity with this show, but it remains its casual best in spite of that, which I do, appreciate. That it's sticking to its guns and trying to not overstep its boundaries. It doesn't want to be anything more than what it wants to be, and the creators make sure of that. And I don't know if that's like just because of how the comic is. I don't know if that's just how the creators of the show wanted it. I don't know. But we're going to get into this. We're going to see how this episode goes and hope for the best. So let's check it out. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I went back and looked at Season 1, Episode 8 from my reaction. That was the episode where David was singing. He was doing, like, the stage production thing or whatever. And the Tide Mice were introduced in that, obviously. We had Joanna get, like, zombified and everything, like, during the play and everything. Like, it showed her, like, normal, and then all of a sudden went zombie face, and it's, like... it was, wild. I remember the episode now. No, I didn't watch the entire thing, I just skimmed through it real quick. There was only a couple episodes after we had started watching again. After having dropped, the series back in 2018 originally. But... yeah, this episode was just weird. Talking about the jorts incident, it's like, you have a snack food named after jorts? What the fuck? And then it just kept being what the fuck. Because, again, even going back and, like, seeing what episode that was, I still don't, like... again, I didn't rewatch it entirely, so I still don't have the entire... remembrance of it in my head. It's just watching this, especially without even remembering what these things were at all, or that we were supposed to remember them. It's like I'm like, what is happening? Everything just keeps escalating in such a wild, weird way. And I really didn't know what to think about it all. But Kaisa was in that episode and everything. Pretty much like everyone that we saw in this one was, I believe. And yeah, it was a thing. I'm just confused. This episode was confusing and weird, and it just kept escalating in the weirdest way. And the thing is, I get now, like, the Tide Mice were, like, escalating Gil's luck, and that was what was causing him to, like, for everything to go right, basically. Even if it made no sense. It's just... the thing is, with the way, like, even before the zombification thing, with the way that things were going, was it really even good luck? Like he seemed like he didn't want to be there. Like it didn't seem like he really wanted the CEO job. Like yeah, he was getting famous, he was getting successful, the company and its snacks were getting famous and successful, but he seemed like, I wouldn't say miserable, just confused. He seemed like he just didn't really care to be there. Of course, he was also just such a chill dude in general that maybe that was just his personality. So it's like, what the hell, man? I'm just, I'm just kind of a little lost and flabbergasted after this one. Um, I don't really know what else to say. Like, I have no real thoughts on this episode because I'm just so like confused. So it's like, what do I even say? What do I even do? Where do I go from here? I don't know. But for now, I think we're just going to close this out. We're just going to have this be a really short redirect, both the pre thoughts and the afterthoughts, because I just don't know what to say. I and it's not. I want to make clear. It's not that I didn't like this episode necessarily. I don't really have any thoughts on it because I just don't know what to think. I'm just so lost and confused. So yeah. Um, Tell me if you can think of anything to say about this episode. But for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.